Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to Rolling with BJ in the Kitchen. As I said before, I am in Dallas, Texas. So, this is my Dallas kitchen. So, we're getting ready to make beef stew this afternoon. So, let's get started. Okay, as you can see, I got the beef right here. It's already washed and clean. It's just beef chopped up. Okay, so I got about a half a tablespoon of oil in the pan. We want to get that hot. And as you can see, I'm cooking on an electric stove today. So I'm going to cut this down to medium. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put all the beef in here and sear it. Let's see if we can get it all in here at one time. And you just want to brown it. Okay, we're going to brown this beef. And then we're going to put it over in the big pot. So you want to just make sure it gets brown all over. And we're just going to season it with salt shortly. Okay, so you just want to cook this, like I said, until it gets brown. So I'll be back once it starts browning. Okay, I just want to come back and let you guys see what's going on. As you can see, it's starting to cook up. So we're just going to add some salt right now. Okay. I'm not measuring this time, but for your measurements, put about a teaspoon of salt, okay? Just mix it up and let it continue to brown up. And we're going to add more seasoning once we put it in the pot and start making the stew. Okay? But you just want to make sure this meat get all the way, make sure it get brown all over, okay? Alrighty. I'll be back, you guys. Okay, I'm going to drain this beef and then I'm going to put it back on the stove and let it continue to cook. I'm going to drain all this water off so that once it get done, we won't have all this water in here. And then I'm going to chop up these 7 potatoes. So, once I drain the water, I'm going to put it back on the stove and then we're going to chop up these potatoes. Okay, so we're just going to take these red potatoes, I already cleaned them. We're just going to take them and cut them up as really small, but not too small. Okay, not like that. Okay, we're just going to put them in this bowl. And we're going to use these later. Once this stew gets almost done, we're going to add these potatoes. Okay, and it all depends. I may not use all 7, but we'll see. Okay, but right now, I'm just going to finish chopping these off camera, and I'll be back. Okay, so as you can see, my beef is ready to be transferred over into the big pot. I'm just going to dump this over in here. Okay, I sure will. Be careful. Alrighty. That was one of my nephews. Okay, you guys, so we're just going to continue to put this beef over in this other pot. So I only cut up 6 potatoes. Okay, so now that I got the beef into the pot, I'm gonna saute my onion and garlic to put in there. So I just pre-chopped it up and put it in a Ziploc bag until I was ready for it. So let me tell you what I got. I got 4 cloves of garlic and a 1/4 piece of onion. And I'm just gonna put that off in here. We just gonna get that all off in there like that. And this is about 3 ounces of water. I'm gonna put that off in there. So you don't want to rinse out your skillet. Leave your skillet when you take the meat out. Just leave the skillet just like it is, because it got the seasoning from the beef. So you just want to okay, so I'm gonna mix. This is 3 ounces of water, you guys. So just dash that in there. Get that onion. I would have put more onion, but this is not for me. I don't eat beef stew, so I just make it. So the babies don't like a lot of onion, so I'm not going to put a lot of onion in there. So that's why I only have this little amount. Now, if I was cooking it for people who like onion, such as myself, I would have chopped up a 1/2 onion. So I'm going as less as possible because my nieces and nephews don't like onion. They're going to get a little bit of onion, though. Okay, so I'm not measuring my seasonings today, you guys. I'm just going by looks. Let me cut this fire up a little. Okay, we're going to cut this fire up and get this going. Get this onion and garlic going. We're going to put a little seasoning in it. Okay, so once it starts bubbling or whatever you want to do, I'll come back and let you see what else I'm going to do to it. Okay, so now that my onions have been turned translucent, the garlic is all sauteed up, everything is softened up. So now I'm just gonna pour that into the beef stew, into the pot rather. It's not stewed yet. Okay, so now you just want to mix that around in there. Okay, so mix them all in. Now we're going to add some seasoning. So we're going to add some garlic powder. So we're putting a half a teaspoon of everything to start with, just for measurement purposes. That's about how much I'm using. Okay, so we use seasoned salt, garlic powder. Now we're going to add a little pepper. That's like less than a teaspoon. We're going to add a little paprika. So I would say this is I'm going to put less than a half a teaspoon of paprika. Okay. So we're going to just mix that up. Okay, so you just want to mix that really, really good. Okay, so this is how it's looking, you guys. Okay, so now I'm going to add about 4 cups of beef stock. That was 2. And let's do 2 more. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm going to make it about 6. So we're going to use about 6 cups of chicken broth to start with. And we're going to let this cook for about an hour. So it's 6 cups or 48 ounces of chicken broth, okay? So we're just going to put the lid on this. And we're going to let this cook for about an hour. And then we're going to come back and check on it. Okay? So put your lid on. And we'll let it start cooking. Okay? So I'm going to cut my fire up to about medium. Okay, so we got it on medium. And there we are. I'll be back in an hour, you guys. Okay, you guys, it's been about close to an hour. It's been about maybe 50 minutes. And this is what we're looking like right now. Okay, so it's been cooking pretty low fire, medium low. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding other ingredients. So I'm going to drain these stewed tomatoes. Wow. Can't talk right. I'm sorry I didn't do this before I cut the camera on you guys. Okay. So I'm going to add these diced tomatoes. And I'm going to let these cook down. And I'm going to add a little Worcestershire sauce. I think I said the name right. Okay, just a little. So that's about a teaspoon. Okay. And then I'm going to add my tomato paste. And then I'm going to put those potatoes that we cut up. Ooh, I'm getting my tomatoes and potatoes mixed up today, you guys. Okay, so I got tomato paste, 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons, okay? So we're gonna just let this cook together some. And then I'm gonna add some mixed vegetables, a bag of frozen mixed vegetables. And a can of whole kernel corn. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain the water off the corn before I cut the camera on. And I'm going to add that. And then we're going to add those potatoes. So we're going to do all that when we come back. So I'm going to just let this cook up right quick. Okay, so I think I'm going to add a little more tomato paste. So we'll say about 3 tablespoons. Okay, you guys. I'll be back in about 30 minutes. I'm going to let this cook down. And then we're going to come back and add the rest of the goodies. Alrighty. I'll be back. Okay, you guys. It's been about 30 minutes. Now, I'm about to add these potatoes. So we're just going to add these red potatoes off in here. So we're going to put the frozen vegetables in last. So we're going to just let these potatoes, let me stop talking so much because I'm about to say the wrong thing again, you guys. Okay, so now we're going to let these potatoes cook. And you want to let them cook until you can stick a fork in them and they're nice and tender. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Okay, and then we're going to add the corn and the frozen vegetables at the same time. So we're going to let these cook for about 20-30 minutes. I'm going to check on them in 20 minutes. Between 15 and 20 minutes and see how the potatoes are doing. And then I'll be back. Okay, you guys, now, remember I told you, let them cook until the potatoes are tender where you can stick a fork if the fork go through. So the fork easily went through there. So now, I drained the juice off the corn. So I'm just going to add this can of corn. I'm going to add a bag of frozen mixed vegetables. Okay, and we're going to mix all this in. So now we're just going to let this cook for about maybe 10 to 15 more minutes. Tops. Okay, and we're just going to add a tablespoon of sugar. Okay, we're going to mix that in. And that's just to cut that tomatoey taste. For those of you who are wondering. Okay, you guys, this pot look good. Let me show you. So, yes, we're going to let this cook for about 10 to 15 more minutes, and then we're going to cut it off, you guys. And then Ty is going to figure out what we going to have with this beef stew. Okay, you guys, I'll be back in about 10. Okay, you guys, I believe we have a pot stew. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off and let it just sit on the eye and continue to simmer with the fire off. Okay, that's what we have. Okay, it's nice and thick juice. Okay, so we're just going to let it sit and cool off. And we're going to figure out what we're going to have with this beef stew, and we'll be back. Okay, that's it, you guys. I'll be back. Okay, you guys, here we are. So, my niece Ty is getting ready to eat the beef stew. She's going to taste it and see if BJ did a good job. She got to get rid of her gum. And we're going to name this, what we going to name it, Ty?
Pride's beef stew.
No, the Pride family beef stew.
It should be my beef stew. Because I'm the only one probably going to eat it.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to give me some meat, too. Oh, it's still hot, too.
It's good?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I did a good job for Niecy.
I'll give it a 10.
10-4. Alrighty, you guys. You heard it all the way from Dallas, Texas. We doing it in the Pride House. Thank you, Ty. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we will see you back again rolling in Dallas. Have a good night.